No, this is the Megalopolis show. To sell toys, to sell Megalopolis tickets.
So true.
You no act like Dinobot, Grimlock. Me no like.
I have a really bad stem right now where I go like, ooh, girl, girl, oh, girl, girl. Like, just over and over again to myself. That, and my other one that I'm really into right now is going, kya, like an anime girl, kya. And you just do different variations of it. It's so much fun. You just go, kya,
Me when I get into the hobby of acting like an anime girl, and I'm not a girl.
Kya. Yeah, me.
That's what I'm saying.
Not a girl. But I have to. Ooh, this is perfect hot water. Thank you.
Number one thing a sociopath requests when they get on a podcast. Could I have a cup of hot tap water? Could I get the hottest water that your tap can put out, and then coffee that is just 100% creamer? And bong noise sipping your hot tap water at the beginning of the show. Oh. You can't even do it.
Because you're making me laugh.
Okay. We're ready. Bong noise ASMR.
I like
hot
feel like
tap
a fucking
water.
child. I like have my milk in one hand and my juice in the other.
Kid on the edge of the pool drinking from their water bottle so they can do a cannonball.
You have to not make me
Don't
choke
clip that sound.
You lean down too. I saw it in the corner of my eye. It's a wrap on you.
Phallic microphone right in front of me. Welcome back.
Oh my god, welcome back. It's been a week.
I have some exciting news.
Oh,
some exciting
shit.
updates.
Oh.
We talked about Comic-Con stuff.
Yes.
And I went ahead and did a deep dive this morning just to check who's going to be there,
Okay.
what the vibe is, and I have
Okay.
some fun stuff for you. So I jotted things down because I use my phone as my camera. I can't have it on my phone, so we're getting the analog experience on a notebook.
Very special.
So, a couple guests of honor, a couple people that I think will be stoked to find out are there, that you'll be stoked to find out is there. I don't know how familiar you are with names, like specifically of people that do this, but I found out that, first of all, someone who did a bunch of covers for the Skybound Transformers, like a bunch of variant covers, Alessandro Michelli.
Oh my god, wait, okay, I do know who that is.
Okay.
8, every single cover, 8, delicious.
Amazing.
Gritty, perfect, just, oh my god.
So we're going to get you front and center, shake his hand.
Yeah, shit in my pants.
Shit your pants.
Shit my pants.
Piss everywhere. Ask you to change your diaper.
Yeah, I'm going to have to... Ask him.
This can't be published,
Hey,
I think.
Hey,
Hey, Alessandro,
Hey.
love your work.
Hey.
What do you say you meet me in the family bathroom in about 15 minutes?
I'll be in the little baby stall. I'll be on the changing table.
I might
will
have to
be
delete
ready.
this section because if someone sees this before we arrive at Comic-Con, they, hey, there's two fags that have a podcast. Security's got a picture of us.
And one of them's plagued, and drinking from a little Hello Kitty mug. Look at this
One of them
beautiful
keeps
mug.
making anime girl sounds at the entrance.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
So Alessandro Michelli, I don't know, Michelli probably.
I don't know.
And then Marcello Mattere, who also did a bunch of Skybound Transformers covers and
Also 8.
is an artist for the Transformers Hasbro packaging. So this guy draws the Transformers for the boxes.
I did not know that.
Here's what I'm thinking. That I think this would be the dopest shit ever. So I did this a couple years ago, and it's one of my prized possessions. We find his work, and we go get a couple of these Transformers in box and have him sign the box.
Oh, that would be really sick.
That's so fire.
That would be
not
really
only
sick.
is it like the box itself is a collector's item, it's the only real good reason to keep a Transformer or any action figure in its box is if you have the box signed. I had Ryan Otley, the co-creator of Invincible, he signed my Invincible action figure at New York Comic Con a couple years ago.
Yeah.
I made a mistake in that one, which is that I took the figure out of the box and displayed it, but because it's from this company that like they suck, their figures are whatever, it dry rotted over the course of a year, and when I went to repose it, the head snapped clean off. So now I have it back in the package, but I know that it's broken, even though like it's a great figure. Actually, hang on.
Okay.
I just remembered it's right here. I'm gonna see if I can look at it.
Your
out.
dry rotted figure.
My dry rotted action figure. But this is a good example of what I'm talking about. And
that looks great.
We're leaving this unedited in here. So yeah, this is the Invincible, and the signature placement under the logo is awesome.
See that's
so
really cool.
fire. So
it
this
still
is a
looks
great
cool.
this is a great example of I think what would be really cool is to find this guy, get him to sign stuff. The head is funny. It's like turned to the side because it's like loose attached
Lord.
to the body. But that's I think that would be a great
It's
buy.
cool until it's like a deluxe class and it's $70 for
Yeah, but imagine. I
Sideswipe.
mean, yes, but also I think that for guys like this, when you meet them, my goal with signings, because we'll get to a couple of the other names that are less relevant to our interests here, but still very cool. I think with these guys, the cool thing to do is to bring something that is a little bit out there, weird, whatever, because they're more likely to like want to engage in conversation. To be like, oh, this is like weird. Like, why did you? My favorite thing, I think I told you about this. I've had times where I bring a book to somebody and they, to my face, they go,
Oh, yeah.
did I work on this? And
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, you did. Like, it's in, you're on like page 75. It says like you inked this page, and they're like, okay.
I love the Nardwuar technique.
Yeah, literally, yeah. Because I always feel like doing that gives me this little in. Because usually with a big creator, and there's a couple that are going to be there that I know, I'm like, okay, I know exactly what everyone's going to bring for that creator,
Yeah.
and I'm going to bring something off the beaten path. I'm going to bring something weird, and that's going to get them to go, oh wow, like I haven't seen this in forever. You know, I had a I have a signature on. There's this Galactus cover. I think, if I remember right, it's called Fantastic Four: The End 2001 or something. It's this like
Ooh.
late 90s weird Fantastic Four thing. And I don't remember offhand who it is. It's one of these artists that went on to like have more success in the later 2000s and the later aughts. But when I brought it to him, we had this long conversation about Galactus, which of course is my dream, queuing up the hot tap water. And we talked about it because he was like, I didn't know I worked on this. And then we start
Go on.
refreshing
Yeah,
hot tap water.
It's really good.
Hell yeah.
I like it a lot. It's soothing my entire soul
I
and being.
personally, I have normal temperature water in here. So
I know. I almost brought. I'm so sorry. I'm interrupting you. I almost brought a full hydro flask with all my faggot stickers on it that say faggot on it and naked ladies on it and everything. I love that thing.
If we get like a content warning on the video because there's like naked people on our water bottles, we're screwed.
Oh fuck,
We
that's
go offline. That's why. I mean, I don't have anything like what could be considered too offensive, but even this one is just like general basic stuff because it's the easy.
I know. I
around-the-house
like
water bottle.
realized I have to like cover branding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, I think we're safe generally. I would be more worried if there was anything that could be considered.
Ignore the rest. UW represent. I didn't go there.
University of W.
The University of W. the go
Don't speculate about what city we live in.
go
Every
dogs.
single episode, we're like, I can't wait to go to Emerald City Comic Con.
I can't wait to go to Emerald City Comic Con and go to Jake's Coffee, best coffee spot in the entire city. Can't
really?
wait. I would think so. I would agree.
Wow.
It is my favorite coffee spot ever of all time.
Interesting.
I'm scared
That's a
to
hot take in a town like Seattle.
girl. It's like one lady that runs it. That's how you know it's
Yeah.
locked in.
A lot of the coffee stuff in Seattle, it's like if they have one location, it's going to be amazing. As soon
Except
as there's
for-
two of them,
Except
it's
for
like,
the spot near here. Except for one of the spots.
there
near
is one. Yeah.
Vomit hot chocolate.
We
I'm
don't
never
wanna-
forgetting.
We're not going to dox how specifically what part of the city we're in. Even though if
No.
you watch my TikTok, you can probably figure it out. Pretty
But
easily.
can I talk about the vomit hot chocolate? That was scarring.
Yeah. There's some
That was
very
trauma.
bad coffee and very bad hot chocolate here.
I just drinking my. I was with you.
Yeah.
Drinking
Yeah,
my
you were,
hot
like,
vomit, and I
openly
left it on the
grimacing.
counter. I forgot that I left it on the counter, and I felt so bad walking home in the rain. I left my hot vomit on
can't-
her counter.
If I did that at someone else's house, I'd be like, oh, well, they'll throw it away. Like, wouldn't even cross my mind.
But
so you should not
But
worry about
I
it
talked
at
for
all.
like an hour, being like, "This tastes like hot vomit, but it cost
You think I was
$8, so
gonna-
I have to drink it."
You think I was going to drink it after you left?
No, but like the sentiment of, "Hey, this sucks. I'm
This is
leaving it on
horrible.
your
Anyway,
counter as I leave."
Clean it up for me.
Yeah, no, exactly. That, like, just house guest manners. Excuse
Not at
me.
all.
Anyway, as you're saying.
Okay, so list here. So we bring obscure stuff. I really think we got to shop it out and see what this guy has designed, what products he's designed. Because I think
I
that
love
would
a
be
deep dive.
a slam dunk. Also, too, because I was thinking about packaging design, and I was like, that is such a cool section of art for like a franchise that doesn't get a lot of love.
I was thinking that as you said, I'm like, oh, I see that art like every day. At this point, not his specifically, but just in general, with Hasbro, you kind of look at it and you're like, damn, did AI do this?
Right.
And it's so sad.
Yes.
So like,
if we find
now
a
more than
guy
ever.
who's actually putting the work in, amazing. Until we Google it and we find out that the stuff that you think is AI was actually him, and we're like, ooh, it's not that good. It's probably great.
Don't say that!
It's
Don't say that!
probably
Don't say
great.
that!
I haven't seen it, so I don't know, but I'm sure it'll be great. The other, so there's 3 other names, I guess 4, but that are
You guessed 4.
a less
3.5? Half a person on there?
Well, no, I mean one of them we already know, which is David
Oh.
Finch.
Oh,
So
yeah,
David
yeah,
Finch, artist of Skinbreaker. I almost said Mindhunter because that's David Fincher. This poor artist, probably his entire life, has had people being like, "Oh my god,
Oh my God.
you're a director."
Oh my god, you did Fight Club?
I'm imagining you, who has Fight Club as the #1 greatest movie ever made, going up to this guy being like, "I loved your work on Fight Club," and he's like, "I drew Skinbreaker." So.
What if I did that? What if I'm like, I love your work on Skinbreaker and also crazy that you directed Fight Club?
I have a feeling that he probably gets that so much on accident that he would find it a little bit funny. I like to think, I don't know if he's a humorous guy or if he reacts well to fan jokes like that, but I
my
like
God.
to have faith that he would be like, all right, that was pretty funny. Like, you obviously know I didn't do that.
I mean, if you knew me for my famous letterbox presence at Dinnerbone,
He's going to be like, holy shit, that's
Holy
you that
shit.
reviewed Megalopolis?
yeah, that was me that reviewed Oh my god, girl. I like to go back and reread our Megalopolis reviews because
Of
that's
course.
just like such a moment in history for me.
Yeah.
Not just like in our friendship, in history.
So true.
Human history.
The release of that film kind of reset the clock on a
It-
lot of things.
It really did.
Yeah.
My friend got back on Letterboxd, left her review of Megalopolis, which she only watched after I told her to watch it, and she was like, "No, it won't be that good." It is like one of the most heartwarming Letterboxd reviews I've ever seen for a movie ever, because she's like, "This unironically changed my life and my views on everything.
Perfect.
It's like horrible and awful, but I love it, and I wish it like will exist forever."
It's kind of the I don't know. Anyway, whatever. Yes, it's like so bad as a movie and so utopian in its messaging that you kind of can't help but love it. But we're gonna try, and I think as best as we can, to not make every single episode about Megalopolis.
No, this is the Megalopolis show. To sell toys, to sell Megalopolis tickets.
So
Get
true.
it back in
Why?
theaters.
Okay, why is there not a Megalopolis action figure line? Just regular action figures of Adam Driver, Giancarlo Esposito.
I
Aubrey
would buy
Plaza.
those, honestly. It would be.
I would.
I can
fucking-
imagine the packaging. It's like those Star Wars action figures with the hyper realistic
Yes.
faces.
Well, that's what I was
they're
gonna
all
say is you could just get a Kylo Ren and put it on a normal human body action figure.
Yeah.
And then it's like you've got the guy from Megalopolis.
yeah,
You're good.
like do like a little custom jacket moment because he has
Wow.
like a regular ass suit jacket,
Yeah.
but if I'm remembering right, it's a little bit more like
And then you get a little air rifle and you just like shoot the middle of the action figure face. And it
become an
blows
elder. I love doing the Vorts theme the second that is brought up because it literally became an Elden Lord. Elden Ring Night Rain DLC? No, Megalopolis. That is the true DLC.
So true. Megalopolis is like DLC for movies as a concept.
True.
And it's like you've had movies, but like this is the new one.
I need
Wait,
to-
really quickly, I just want to cover who else is going to be at Comic-Con because it's
Yes,
okay. What? Go ahead.
Stephen Chow, the God of Cookery. I forgot the name for a
Oh
second.
yes. Okay, so I want to get into that because we talked about it.
I'm just saying the name in terms of like movies that have a presence in my mind the way
Yeah.
that Megalopolis does. The God of
Wow.
Cookery is one of them. I think it's one of the best movies ever made.
Wow.
Okay, that's okay. Go,
okay.
go, go,
okay.
go.
That's crazy. That's
It's really good. It's
Okay.
really good.
I'll quickly get through these. So 2 other names. Well, one is Arthur Adams, who to me very cool, legendary. He's got some big work. I'm going to take some stuff to get signed.
Okay.
But the other 2 are a big deal. Which
Wait, who is Arthur
to me-
Adams? Everyone else is getting like a little synopsis.
Oh, I just wrote that one down because to me it's like cool.
But what did he do?
One of the ones he did that I'm going to get signed is in the 80s they did this couple issue series called the New Fantastic Four where they had
I
Spider-Man,
remember that.
Wolverine,
What the
the
fuck?
Hulk, and Ghost Rider. to
I
go for
remember
the-
that.
Yeah, and
what
he drew
the
it.
fuck? Oh my
And it's
god.
fire. And so it's really, really fun and cool. And
I was
they've
really
since
into that as a
done-
kid.
Yeah, it
That's
was
so
a great little
crazy.
moment. And I have this really cool old collected edition of that. That's in like all red paper, which you don't see on like old Fantastic Four
Ooh.
media. And it's really cool. So I
Ooh.
want him to sign. I don't even know about the cover. Maybe inside the book because I love a good like signature inside a like trade paperback. So that
That's
should be cool.
crazy.
He's done a lot of consistent work. I did a search on my collection app and I don't have a ton of his stuff, but that one I do. I'm like, I'll get that signed. And then the other 2 are huge. So the first is Jeff Loeb. So Jeff Loeb and Tim Sale, who has since passed, Jeff Loeb wrote so many of the biggest stories across both companies. So Jeff Loeb and Tim Sale did Batman The Long Halloween. They did Batman Dark Victory. Those are widely considered some of the best, if not the best, Batman stories ever. They did, what is it called? Superman for All Seasons, which is, again, considered one of the best Superman books ever written. They did Hulk Gray, Spider-Man Blue, Daredevil Yellow, all these themed color books at Marvel that, again, are viewed as like some of the most definitive, best work with those characters. So when Jeff Loeb and Tim Sale work on a book together, it basically becomes like the pinnacle of comics work with any given character.
Damn.
And I read a lot of their stuff last year. I read Dark Victory, Batman Dark Victory. I read Superman for All Seasons. So I have all this stuff, and the cool thing is, since I was a kid, I've had this issue of Hulk Gray, which is this really... So Tim Sale he worked with, like, I think it's all watercolor paint, or maybe gouache paint, but it's not line work at all. So every page is these, like, beautiful painted pages, and it's a Hulk story set in, like, the moments after the Hulk first gets created. And so it's him, like, just, like, rampaging. He doesn't know what body he's in. He's, like, doesn't know if he can speak. Like, he doesn't know who he is anymore. Like, all this stuff, whatever. It's beautiful. And the 6-issue miniseries is the Hulk getting progressively closer to the camera on each cover. So they're beautiful painted covers, white background with a gray Hulk sort of moving towards the screen. It's amazing. So I am, like, I want to bring all 6 of those covers, but I'll probably pick like either issue 1 or like the one I had as a kid, which I think is like number 5 or something, and have him sign that, because I think that'll be huge. Just and just getting to meet him from like a history perspective is crazy. That's like such a dream. And he's just gonna be an artist alley. Like it's not even like a
That's
thing.
fucked.
You can just go and just walk up. I mean, there'll be a line, but like it won't be like a lot of them. Like when I met Jim Lee at New York Comic Con, you had to go through this like. You had to go wait in the line, and then they would usher you into this room, and then it was... With this, it's like he's at Artist Alley. Like, you just wait in the line. It's awesome.
See, if you're a creative, you too can stick with your dreams and aspirations and be an artist. Actually, I was saying that as like a joke of like, look at how far you go. But if I was a famous artist, that's what I would want.
Yeah, I think that for somebody like him, he is a legend, and also he isn't putting out stuff now. Like the people that couldn't do that right now would be like a Dan Mora or
Swarmed.
Someone who like is current, or Daniel Warren Johnson, someone who is currently putting out so much of the most like elite tier stuff that if they like set up at Artist Alley, they would just get mobbed. A lot of these other ones, they can set up an Artist Alley, but you can't just walk up and get a signature from them because they structure the line, they make you pay, like all this stuff. So maybe Jeff Loeb will have that, but I've met like Marv Wolfman, like a bunch of these guys where it's just like when they're older guys, like what you were saying sarcastically is very true because it gets really sad after a point. Marv Wolfman, it's hard to think of someone who has had more of a consistent incredible impact on the big 2 publishers' comics history, but because he doesn't have like the big name recognition, you will go to a con and he's old and you'll just see him sitting with his wife at the table, no one in the line. This guy created everyone. He created Deathstroke. He created the Black Cat. He wrote he wrote Batman for years. Like
with his wife is really sweet though.
Yeah, him and his wife will go to the cons. I think she helps a lot in getting him around to stuff and whatever. And there's nobody at the table. So I've met him like 3 times. I know. I've met him like 3 times because I always am like, it's Marv Wolfman. Like I don't care what he wants to charge me, or even if I get a signature, I'll pay him to shake his hand. Like it's such a legendary and it just it's wild because the different they have different name recognition for different guys, and those are the ones that like Jim Shooter, former editor-in-chief at Marvel, he passed like a year or 2 ago. He was commanding high dollar. You would mail your books in to get signed by him. Big deal. And
sorry, I just realized I remembered Caleb here and I got she-theys who were shooters. And like, that was my immediate word association. I was trying not to laugh. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Jim. I'm so sorry, Jim. I'm so sorry, Mr. Shooter.
R.I.P. Jim Shooter. You were a she-they somewhere in there. There are 100,000 Marvel fans that would kill me for saying that.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Anyway,
I'm really, really looking forward to meeting Jeff Loeb. I think that'll be really cool. And then the final one, who I think he was there last year, but I did not meet him, is Chris Claremont. I do know that name. You know the name. That's how seismic an impact he has had. I forgot how much of a big deal his Fantastic Four run is. So I'm going to search through my collection and find stuff because I know I've got some Fantastic Four he wrote. But also, if you're an X-Men fan, Chris Claremont is God. Yeah. There's no one who ever wrote anything as big for the X-Men as Claremont.
I saw that name so many times growing up on all the cartoons and stuff.
Yes. I mean, he has had... And also, he's hilarious because the past, year... Every time he does a panel, he just says a bunch of stuff about upcoming Marvel movies that they somehow keep telling him, and then he just gets on panels. He's like, "Yeah, they're bringing back Jean Grey. James Marsden is gonna be Cyclops," and you're like, "What the?" And then he's right.
Based.
It's
That's
amazing.
so based.
It's so funny. I love the idea of Marvel being like, we should invite some comic creators to set just to show that we show support for them. And the next day he goes to Comic-Con. He's like, "You guys want to know what the fuck is up?"
Yeah, guess who's gonna play Jubilee? Let's go. Let's get to business.
I said that to somebody the other day because I was joking about, characters that trans girls like a little bit too much. And I said, because I thought no one's going to know Jubilee in that category. So I said, Magic, because she carries a big sword.
Yeah.
And that's, the whole joke is, big sword trans girls.
Yeah.
And this person was like, "Oh, I mean, Magic's okay, but what about Jubilee?" And I was like, fuck, that was my idea.
That's a read. You got read is what happened, girl. That wasn't just...
I was going to say
This is going to be a really fun episode for you to edit noises-wise. I'm over here, burping, coughing,
I'm not
clearing my throat.
Out.
Yeah, I kind of figured.
I hope we have listeners with headphones on and they're getting
this is
a
ASMR.
sensory nightmare.
Well, hey. Hi. Petra's checking her watch. Hey.
Oh my god.
Hey, hi.
This keeps happening, and if you're a viewer at home, you know this is happening. My watch is how I control the camera for this, and I keep moving my wrist, and it rolls the digital crown on my watch, and it zooms my shot all the way out.
That's why. Is that what happened last episode?
It's happened a couple episodes.
Oh shit.
Okay, this should be better. This should be locked in.
Uh-oh.
And we're gonna hope that I don't accidentally continue rolling it. I think I wasn't slapping it closed, and so I think it would. As
you have to slap it closed. That's why you do that. I thought that was just a thing that you do.
No, and it lights up. So I'll show the viewers. Lights up like that, and then to turn it off, you.
What the hell?
And you can slap the fuck out of this thing.
I mean, with an Apple product, that's what I want to do. Yep. This fucking thing, I want to.
I was caseless for years. And then I started dropping my phone all the time and breaking it. And I had to put 2 screens on it in a week. And I was like, never mind.
I have never been without a case.
Yeah.
I refuse to upgrade my phone. And I'm so thankful because the new phone is so fucking ugly. I have a 15.
That's what I have. I have the 15 Pro Max, whatever. And I like it. I just, right now my screen is broken again. Yeah. My screen is broken in the worst way, which is that there's a
really
huge
fucked.
bar of light on the side. Every app I use, I have to slightly move the entire interface to the side with the bottom bar so that I can read that side of text. When I get it fixed eventually or get a new phone or whatever, I'm going to be like, oh, it's HD. I can't believe this.
It's going to be a whole new world, girl. I actually almost recently updated to a dumb phone.
I've thought about doing this. Okay.
Because I don't use social media, but recently I've been relapsing where I will do a scroll of the YouTube Shorts. You know this.
Oh, yeah. YouTube Shorts. I thought you were going to say you were on one of the real ones.
Well,
YouTube Shorts is crazy.
Recently, I've been, you know how I mentioned, I think over lunch one day, I do a 10-minute scroll of Tumblr.com.
Yeah.
When I'm pooping, it's dire. It's dire. When I'm pooping and I have my phone.
That's what it's for.
Yeah, but I would rather be looking at literally anything else.
Wait, you're going to read the shampoo bottle?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's what I grew up with. That's
bring
what's
a book
holy.
into the bathroom like a real old person.
I have The Birth Grave by Tanith Lee right now. It's a hard to find novel. I have it. I own it. I haven't started it after looking for it for 2 years.
Okay, so...
I could read that shit on the toilet 20 minutes, 30 minutes
That's
instead of
fair.
scrolling Tumblr for 20 to 30 minutes.
Yeah, but... that's what it's for.
I'm pooping on the toilet, having my nasty diarrheas, and I'm going on Tumblr.com. See, it's what happens. I'm a human. It happens. And I go on Tumblr.com, and I'm being like...
It's because you drink hot tap water and coffee at the same time.
Exactly.
It just destroys your digestive system.
Exactly.
I know of a couple of people, some friends of mine that listen to the show that are turning it off right now.
You know people that watch the show?
I do. I've had some unfortunate instances where I say something and somebody goes, "Oh yeah, I know about that because you talked about it on the podcast." And I go, "Ah!"
That's my worst fear. I love repeating stories, and I'm not doing anything ever. That's my worst fucking fear.
You love repeating stories? We haven't talked about Megalopolis.
No, we haven't.
Or Skinbreaker.
No.
It's the same thing.
I know. Literally, I got a text because I mentioned I was on my way to this today.
Yeah.
And he said, "What's on the dossier today?" I said, "I don't know." And in my mind, I was thinking to myself, we haven't talked about it beforehand, and we haven't done podcast homework in a minute.
Yeah.
We're going to be talking about Skinbreaker and East of West and movies.
No, I had other stuff I wanted to get to. Other stuff that I thought would be funny. Especially with the Comic-Con stuff, because the Transformers artists, I think, are going to be really big. And what I was going to ask you is if they're... Which I guess we'd have to look at the site. We'll have to go through the list of everything. But I want to do a real inventory. Because what I did is I just scrolled the guest page to see who was going to be there. And then if it said Transformers, I jotted it down. But if we actually go through and like search each of those names with the word Transformers after it, and we find out a bunch of these people have probably worked on it. Because a lot of them, especially in this part of the country, are IDW artists, image artists, like all these other publishers. I'm sure some of them are, have done Skybound covers, or sometimes with something like the new yikes.
Yeah, I know, it's bad. It's bad.
With something like the new Skybound run, the new Robert Kirkman run, or Void Rivals, or any of those, they do so many variant covers that it's like all these people have done a cover at some point.
Did the face I make after my cough, was it bad? Was it nasty? Was it gross? Anyway.
So I think we'll have some good luck finding some Transformers artists and people to really... What I'm wondering is, should we get them to write to sell toys on the covers?
God. No, girl.
Honestly, though,
No.
not that. If we could get... This is actually crazy. If we could get that guy that does the packaging designs to do a little Q&A, little whatever, because that is literally to sell toys.
Oh,
we could be
actually,
like, you are the guy. Like,
oh, actually,
that would be so fucking fire.
I would be very curious to be like, what is the feedback process for packaging?
Yes.
Because
If
like
we just did a couple, like a little, at his table, asking him questions about, like, that would fucking rule.
oh my god, can we sit down one day and just come up with questions?
Yeah,
Just
we
like,
need to. Yeah. We keep talking. It's this big content push we're gonna do at Comic-Con.
Big
People are
content.
getting in their head. They're like, holy shit! Like, this is gonna be massive. So,
I know.
yeah.
I mean, we're hyping it up so much, but like my only goal this entire time is to go and have fun and like talk to people, because I have been it's the winter, so I've been more introverted than I usually am.
Same.
So Comic-Con, it's like,
Yeah. I hope the
It's
weather's
gonna
nice. The
happen.
weather was so good last year. It would be amazing if it's like...
PAX. When I went to PAX,
Yeah.
the weather was beautiful, and I hope
Really?
it's like that again, because everyone was out and about. It
Amazing.
Pardon me, it was gorgeous.
Yeah, it would be great. I need to work on my cosplay. I do think I want to do magic. Which
Spoilers.
I want to. Oh well, I mean,
Spoilers.
I've been saying it to everybody. Like, I'm not keeping it a secret. And if anybody has advice in the comments to help me figure out what to do for the outfit,
Eva foam or whatever.
I want to do that. I'm thinking that's all.
Oh,
what I'm
really?
thinking is for the sword. What I'm thinking is, I could probably make the sword. So I could get a long PVC pipe tube, which is easy to get.
Yeah.
Cut that to the length I want or whatever, and then basically get one big piece of foam and then just like cut it into the shape of the sword and like tape off and spray paint a bunch of it yellow and then just have black for the highlights or whatever. You can see I have it up there. It's right there on the shelf in the front middle.
Oh, I see. When you said sword, I was thinking that you would have to like layer the foam, because normally you do like a base and then you do like symmetrical parts for each side.
Right. I
Crank it up.
think I should be able, I don't know. We'll see. But regardless, it should be easy. And then I'll try to find like the headset. Maybe I can find something that's just a headset like that, or whatever, little wings on the headband.
Yeah.
And then I want to straighten my hair to do it. I think that would be really
You
fun.
mentioned this.
Straighten my hair just to see what it looks like. And she's got bangs, so I can do like the whole thing. I can straighten the bangs, I can straighten the hair, just to see what I look like with hair like that. But what I'm worried about is,
How are you gonna walk around in shoes like that, girl?
well, I'm gonna have to do like black sneakers, but I want to get leather pants and like cut them so that they've got little clips and really like do it for real. Tiny little leather jacket, like all that
Yes.
stuff. So I want to really like push you to do that. What I'm worried about with the hair is I'm worried I'm going to straighten my hair and I'm going to have like the most amazing feeling ever. I'm going to go, this looks amazing.
Oh, and then
it's
wanna
like,
do it every
fuck,
day?
I'm going to want to do this every day. I'm so worried about that because I love my hair. It's one of my favorite things about my appearance, but
You have fantastic hair.
I'm like, if I straighten it and then I'm like, wow, this is so amazing, then it's like, I'm fucked. I'm going to have to take so long every day to
I have
like...
the opposite problem. I've been looking
Because
at
you want hair and you don't have it, or because you
because I've been looking at. I'm like, what if I wore a wig?
fire? Do it.
I have no idea what any hairstyle or any hair color would look like on me. So and like
and
I
this
don't.
is why they invented AI. So you can go on Snapchat, you can go on TikTok, you can AI generate what would I look like with all the hairstyles.
But I believe in spending way too much money on wig glue and a wig from Amazon, a cheapy one that's like $25, and doing the little like cheap rose front.
Hell yeah, that would look sick as fuck.
Would it though? Because
I think it would.
I have such a round face and I barely know how to do makeup. Like I would have to be like,
Well,
I would have to be. I would have.
What the makeup would have to be like face makeup?
I would have to be if I'm wearing a wig on top of makeup.
Sure.
I have to. It has to be locked in because wigs look like wigs. So everything else
if it
has
looks
to.
like a wig. I mean, I think if you get
Wigs look like wigs.
if you get like a bright pink wig that has like perfectly like plastic looking curls on it, then like yeah, it looks like a wig. If you get something that looks like normal hair and you brush the fuck out of it,
Oh my God.
and you apply it so that it like blends to your forehead, I think that people would not know.
I think we should just have like a day
Probably
where we make our
30% of
outfits
the
together.
men over 30 that you have seen walking around out in the world are wearing a hairpiece.
Well, yeah, but they like. But I'm attracted to men, so I'm biased. I'm not
That's
like
what I'm
all
saying.
harsh and critical.
You're not looking at them going, hairpiece. You're looking at them going, you single? You available? So it's like,
We gotta have a day where we make our outfits together because I have to
That'd
print
be
a
fire.
shirt and I want to like I don't know, styling a wig. That's the part that's been like kind of putting me off because I don't have any wig styling experience or hair cutting experience.
I don't know anything about it other than like watching Drag Race, but I think that a lot of it is just making sure that you really brush it out so it looks like hair, because it's when it comes out of the bag that it looks like a wig. And I think if you beat it up a little bit and style it and whatever, then
Beat
like
it
you're
up.
fine.
Beat it up.
I actually knew
Pussy
the
tight
moment
like a
that
nut.
those syllables formed. I was like, and here we go. And we're getting on that ride.
Unpredictable. Thank you, Katya, for something that I say almost every day of my life. Pussy tight like a nun.
Yep.
Yep.
I would say every time we have hung out for the last year, you have said that at some point.
At this point, it's like a year and a half.
It's
almost
your
2 years.
it's your
really
core identity.
No, yeah. When I was playing Lancer,
Yeah.
and like every time I won like a crit or something, won a crit. That's not how that works.
I have no idea. So
Every time something good happens, I would be like, pussy tight like a nun. And everyone at the table would turn to me and be like, what the fuck are you talking about? Every time without fail.
hey dude, that's like the vibe. The vibe is a little bit more like
Pussy
classy
tight
and,
like a nun.
And,
Pussy tight like a nun.
yeah, no, and it's fine, and like we like playing with you and stuff. It's just like some of
Pussy
the newer players
Tight
like a
like a nun.
nun.
Sorry, those nasty.
So I don't,
You
I
gotta
really don't have
stick
any.
to it. You gotta stick to it. Beat it up like a drum. Pussy tight like a nun. Better wipe your mouth when you're done.
It's like every line gets just progressively a little bit more.
That's the
sexually violent.
lyrics. It's good. It's a good
My
song.
nails are coming off.
Oh, love.
This is just a fashion appearance podcast now.
Yeah,
I
it
have
really
gel
is.
nails that I got for Christmas that I love.
Wait, can I see?
But I keep messing them up. So the gel on here is only the yellow. And this one is like starting to peel. Okay.
Sorry, I know you don't want to touch my hands because I'm like.
No. I was just trying to make sure it was also so they could see as well.
Okay.
I
No, don't care about them. Care about me. No, I'm kidding.
can't see anyway. It's too far away.
Don't get up in there.
The gel is nice, but it keeps peeling, and I don't know what I'm doing wrong. And every time I read a Reddit thread, they're
Do you
like,
do a coat over
you
it
gotta
with
do
clear?
dehydrator, you gotta buff it, you gotta.
Oh.
And I feel like I'm doing almost all of those steps, and they still peel off like a day or two later.
I feel like gel just kind of peels faster in my experience.
Maybe that is what it is. But I also, the reason I'm trying gel is because when I wear normal nail polish, I like smash it off of my nails before it's dry on accident all the time.
Oh, yeah.
I put it on and then I wait like 30 minutes. I'm like, we're fine. And then I grab something and it immediately just rips it and smudges it. And I'm like, come on.
Yeah,
So-
I'm the wrong person to talk to about this because I either wear fake nails, fake little plastic nails for as
Yeah.
cheap as possible, and I just make them look real nice and
Yeah.
like do the whole
Maybe I
thing.
need to start doing press-ons. That
I love press-ons.
I know. The problem is I can't get any that are big enough for my nails.
Oh, really? There's
It's
like
hard to find.
sets on Amazon where it's like, here's a million different fucking sizes. That's what I do.
Maybe that's what I can do. Okay. Let's
Because
see what
like
works.
there's the ones that are on the package and it's like the smaller sizes typically
Yeah.
or like a mid size. But in the thing, if it's like 28 pieces or whatever the
Sure.
fuck, there's like a fuck ton of sizes in there.
Okay. I need to just try more options with that. And then
Yeah.
I need to try, because if I end up doing that for magic. It would be fun to have at least one hand because she has the robot hand. So I need something that looks.
She has
like
a robot hand?
Yeah, it's like a metal arm. It's
Oh
her
my
left
god!
arm. And so I don't know.
anything
I actually
about
don't
her.
know if it's a robotic arm, but you get that, and then I think the other hand with like a black like biker glove and then like huge black nails would be fucking awesome.
Cunty,
It would be crazy. So
cunty. Like a
y'all are
good
not
stiletto
ready.
nail.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna contour the fuck out of my face, black lipstick, heavy
Girl.
black like eyeshadow. Everything. It's gonna be crazy.
Oh, okay, we have to get like cunted the fuck up together.
Yeah!
We have to. It has to be a whole
I'm
thing.
gonna be rolling up to that booth, and the old ass homophobic artists are gonna be like, "Wow, ma'am, are you gonna come over to the hotel while the other artists are staying next?" And I'm gonna be like, "How you doing? Big fan of your work." And they're gonna be like, "Holy fuck!"
Oh my god!
They know if you're a comic creator and you do Emerald City Comic Con, you gotta know the fags are there.
Oh yeah.
You gotta go. All right, well,
in droves.
I went to the Chicago con and it was like normal people from the suburbs, and I went to the Detroit con and it was like fine. And I go to the Seattle con and it's just fucking. It's
All
just
these horny
waist trainers and furry shit, and it's like what is wrong with these people?
I love the furries.
Love.
Love
There
the
were a lot of
furries.
furries last year, and it was awesome. It seemed like a good turnout for them. So
Yep, last night I was playing Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. Yeah, as I known
Little-
to talk about. And there's a quest and it mentioned furries in the pornography sense, and it
Damn.
like really, I was like, White Wolf Games knew about furries in 2004. Like, how would they not? But like
Yeah.
in the moment, I was like, I hacked the porno guy's computer. He owns a sex shop, and I was just like, oh, like it was just such a moment of
Yeah.
reckoning for me. I'm like, I really need to put some more respect on the furry's name.
Yeah.
I already like they can do so many things that I can't do.
yeah,
It's like artists.
yeah.
Period. Here, furries.
Furry community has to be
Even
one
if
of
they
the
don't
most
drop.
high concentration of talent per member
It's crazy.
on the planet.
Or wealthy.
Especially because
they're either talented
yes,
as fuck
yeah.
or rich as fuck.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Yeah.
And as we all know, wealthy people always earned all of it. So
Yeah.
that means they are the most talented.
Yeah, all those Raytheon furries, like every penny, every person accounted for.
Pretty
That's
much.
an awful joke to make. Every person, anyway.
You know, it's a stereotype rooted in truth. So we've offended Italians, we've offended
New Yorkers.
We've gone after a lot of Neon Genesis fans yet last
Neon
week.
Genesis fans.
This is it. We're gonna get fucking slaughtered.
I didn't even finish watching the episode last week because I was so like, I stuttered a lot and I don't quite remember what I said. And you know what? That might
You
be
know,
for the
I
best.
firmly believe podcasting is more about putting an episode out every week for a long time than each one being that great. I hold to that belief so strongly.
Every time I tell someone I do a podcast, they're like, really? And I'm like, yeah. And like, they're always really appalled. And I'm like, yeah, I'm a white boy on a podcast.
I'm always paranoid about people watching this if they come from my TikTok because my TikTok voice is very different because I'm only doing like 4 minutes at a time. So I'm working to make sure my voice comes across a certain way. And then we get on this and I'm like, I don't care. Also, it's very hard for me to do like the voice I want for like when I'm being publicly perceived with someone I actually know in real life.
Oh, very
That's
fair.
like almost impossible. Like I have it, it's in there, but I can't really like do that.
Can't
And
call
it's-
upon it.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
because I feel like leaving my house, walking outside is like an act of like social communication and performance.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't mean it's not authentic. It doesn't mean it's not me, but it is also like I'm sort of being what I want to be perceived as.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas when I'm like hanging out with my friends, I'm like, well, you know who I am, so who
Yeah.
cares? And that is hard because then we do a podcast and I'm like, well, this is both at the same time, but I'm certainly not going to like strain my voice the whole time.
I know. I'm still finding moment of vulnerability on the podcast. I'm still finding like what I publicly want to be perceived as because this is how I just am with you.
Right.
I'm stuttering. I don't really think fully about what I'm saying, which I
Yeah.
should think more about. So I'm just like saying whatever I think is funny in my
Yeah.
head and like shooting the shit.
Yeah.
But then sometimes I'll watch it back and be like, I'm supposed to be a boy a little bit more. I need to I don't need to be, but I
Yeah.
would like to be. You know,
Sure.
it's
Yeah,
weird.
Yeah, the difference between what you want to be versus what you are versus what people perceive you to be.
Yeah, like testosterone's fucking expensive. Would love it. Would love it.
true.
It's expensive.
So many things that we would love to have.
The second
Yeah.
that first injection hits, fat, horny, hairy.
You show up to the podcast
Overnight.
someday, you break the chair when you sit down. What the fuck's up?
Love. Oh my god. I would. Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I look forward to the day for you. I think that would be a very fun moment.
Balding.
You'd
I
be
want to
so
look like I
excited.
go to magic competitions. That's really bad.
Do you
That's
know
really
about
bad.
the number one funniest piece of Magic lore of all time? Not in-game, in-universe lore, but like
Oh, I forgot you did
competitive
magic.
play
No,
lore.
tell me.
So in like 2006, probably, this is early Reddit, there was a guy who went to a Magic competition and documented with his camera all of the exposed butt cracks of people.
I do know. About
So
this.
so this is like,
do know
when I
about
talk about
this.
this, it's funny to me because I view it as like one of the what is now like the old texts of the internet that is like going away. Like young people don't know anything about this, whatever.
It's so weird.
He got banned from Magic competitions. They didn't enforce rules about that because they know that without those people, there are no competitions. So he got banned. And I remember when I was in Magic and I was playing it a lot, thinking about that as like a symptom of the greater problem, which is that like it is an inhospitable space. Playing Magic is an unwelcoming thing. So you
Okay,
have to
true,
either have a friend or people that you know that you already like before you start playing Magic, or you have to love the game so much that you're willing to put up with a lot. And
Just like D&D.
only those two options are only available to you if you're a man. Because
Oh, yeah.
is-
Yeah.
unbelievable to imagine if you're a woman, let alone a young woman, and you want to get into playing Magic the Gathering. Fucking next time, I guess. Like, just don't even try. Like, not don't try, but like, it is going to be infinitely more difficult for you than anything else. And that was one of the reasons. I mean, cost was another big reason, but it was one of the reasons I got out of it because I thought I just don't see a way for this to feel like equitable community.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I don't, I don't enjoy it. I don't look forward to that social aspect. Even though the game itself is such a triumph. It's so... I mean, I don't know now because I know they've done a lot more that I think people hate on. That's a lot more branded content and brand stuff and whatever. So I don't know. But I at the time, it was like, I don't really want to play this because like the community is so... I hesitate to use the word toxic, but like it's just an unwelcome community. You have to already be in it to be in it.
It's not warm.
Yes.
Yeah. That's a similar issue that I have with D&D in particular and like most tabletop stuff. Like the pool, both players and creators and GMs and everything.
Yeah.
There's so many lovely, talented people, and it's
Yeah.
just like a great community to be a part of. But, and I can say for Seattle specifically,
Yeah.
that like entry point, ridiculously hard to enter.
Yep.
And it's a similar issue. I wouldn't say it's the same because it's not competitive, so that's
Sure.
like that different kind of thing.
Yeah.
But like with the rise of the TTRPG podcasts and stuff like that, like everyone's trying to. This is what I said on the cancelable episode that got canned, but I will say it again because I think it's true. Everyone trying to be a Brendan Lee Mulligan or Matthew Mercer.
Yep.
Wonderful people, very good at what they do,
Yeah.
very talented people. But like, you don't have to do all that.
Yes.
It's about having fun with your friends or just strangers.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be this big Hollywood performance. Those are voice actors doing that.
Yeah.
That is like a professional comedian doing that.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
But that also makes it so hard to find a party sometimes or like
Right.
maintain something, which just kind of sucks.
Yeah, there's this thing with D&D too where like
Pardon me.
I think what's tough what's nice about D&D is you can play it without touching the broader world of it if you want. I love when I see posts every once in a while of people like, we've been playing this 10-year campaign, me and my 5 friends.
love that. I
That's
love
perfect
that.
because I'm like, you know what? I don't give a fuck about your character and your world. I'm glad you enjoy it and like you don't feel like it needs to be like we're gonna like make it in the D&D scene if we play this well enough.
you just
and I
have to
understand
have
that
fun.
if you're a DM and you want to like you want to have a career doing that, you do have to hustle. You have to get in front of people. You have to whatever. But especially for players, it's like you guys, you're not the Smosh people or the dropout people or whatever. Like you're playing in a store somewhere.
You're playing with like 3 of your closest friends,
Yeah.
or
Enjoy
like
it.
Yeah,
And like it doesn't need to be. And you're right that I think that whenever something like this that's like a little bit more nerdy goes really mainstream, there's this risk that people start to go, oh, like the thing, Dungeons and Dragons, is that thing that they're doing on that show. And it's
Yeah.
like, well, no, it isn't. The point of that show is that they are doing it in their own way that is like special and unique to them and cool and exciting. But the point is that it's
like-
malleable.
yeah. I was about to say that's the whole point of tabletop stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I'm talking a lot about Vampire the Masquerade lately because I love that shit. I love it. But like, it's a tabletop role playing game. It's like modern gothic storytelling RPG. Great. People take that as like it has to be edgy and horrible, and we have to like have dark humor. It's fucking vampires, girl, or werewolves, or wizards, or fairies existing in the modern day. Like, oh, I'm a whatever. I'm a Ventru and I can only feed on like former soccer players. That's goofy. It's goofy. You can't make that edgy. I was sad and tortured and I was a prince in Louisiana. I don't care. You're a vampire. It's goofy. You have to learn how the iPhone works. Like, you know, anyway.
Letting it be specific to your group.
Yeah.
And let it be funny based on that, or let it be fun, or whatever. And I think that's the magic thing and stuff, is that the game doesn't really allow for customization. But that's why it's always been my dream, is like, if there was... I think Magic suffers from the thing that, like, you have to engage with it all the time to some degree because there's new stuff coming out. And Magic has... What I love about Magic... It's what I love about other competitive card games. It has a meta. It has a real-world thing where a new set of cards releases... So then people play in shops all across the country, and then within a couple weeks, maybe within a day, they figure out through sheer statistical combination of cards what cards need to be banned from competitive play. The company doesn't decide that until the set has been released and everybody's been playing with it. And then they go, okay, we're finding from shop data that like everyone with this card wins immediately. So we're going to ban that one from competitive play to keep the market level. But also, the stuff that doesn't get banned becomes cool. You'll have a card from 5 years ago that all of a sudden is like very, very cool. And everyone has had it all this time, but they didn't know it had any use. But the new stuff that came out means that you can combine that card with this new card, and boom, you can play some crazy combo, and it's awesome. I love the ongoing meta that if you read the blogs and the sites and stuff, you'll find out, oh, I've had this card for 5 years. If you do this combo, you can win. It's awesome. So, but that means that you have to engage with it. You have to be plugged into what's happening in the scene of it. Because when new stuff comes out, it actually changes your experience of the game as soon as you know that. And the only way for that not to happen is to like shield yourself, which is like, totally like go buy cards at Target and bring them home and play them and never interact with. But that for me feels like it takes away from the fun because I love the idea of someone discovered this weird combination of cards.
I was about to say that reminds me of like the community of speedrunning and what makes that community so cool. It's like you will never find, even if they're like a piece of shit person, which speedrunners sometimes are. I mean, as is true for any group. But like you will never meet someone that has more love and appreciation for a game or like level design than a speedrunner. And like so like I'm a game designer. There's some people that are speedrunners that will have like better grasp of a simple like Mario level than I will.
Totally.
And I'm like, girl, it's just, I don't know, it's very cool to me. And it reminds me of that. You have to be tapped in, and also you have to have the hardware and like X, Y, and Z. You can't really just like become a speedrunner.
Right, and the process to become it requires a lot of people to already be it. So like to play Magic, there has to be like I could figure out how to play it by just buying cards and reading the rule book. That's fine. But for me to effectively play it, for me to play it where like I can go up to someone and go, "Do you want to play Magic?" and we end up playing about the same. It requires me to participate in the community that exists and learn from everything that people have already done.
Which is gorgeous, and
it's beautiful. It's just that like the people doing it are so insufferable. And I wish so much that what is happening in comic books right now would happen with Magic the Gathering. In comic books right now, and maybe I'm biased in this because I'm on TikTok and that's most of my comic community, but I think that that's indicative of like the general, like the youth, whatever. In comic books right now, you are seeing more like women get into comics. You're seeing like queer spaces having a lot more comic representation, all that stuff. And even though there are assholes in every sector of everything all the time. At least now there are a more diverse set of assholes. At least now I have more of a chance of being like, okay, like these are the people I rock with and these are the people I don't. But you know what? We're all enjoying the medium and that's cool. With a lot of these other nerd passions and things, there isn't a way through. Because it's like, not only do I say that like it's an unwelcoming community for like women and whatever, but like I know that even like as a like former participant in that space, I know that I couldn't even re-enter now because of like identity stuff, even if I have
Which
the
blows
knowledge
so
to play,
hard,
it
yeah.
already is going to be kind of rebuffed. It's like, oh, you're not really like the, and it's like, oh, that sucks because there's a potential here for it to be great.
Yeah.
All they've given trans people is Warhammer. They get to
We
run
have
that one.
Warhammer. That's it. That's it. We have, and sometimes D&D.
Sometimes D&D. Yeah,
D&D.
yeah.
Sometimes D&D.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sucks. I was present for one game of Magic ever, but like I remember when I got invited to a Magic game like in elementary school. It was
Yeah.
from just boys that like the art. Well,
Yeah,
sis, it was
sure.
elementary school, but like,
During elementary school, they're going, what is that the shortened version of the word sister? Like, what are you?
hey sisters, let's go play Magic, girl.
But yes, it was
Yeah.
the boys in elementary school that
Yeah, it-
just liked the, and it's like Pokemon, it's the collectability.
Yeah.
And
And that was kind of like my introduction to Magic as a concept. And they weren't teaching me how to play, but they knew I was like the art kid, and I had like D&D books as an elementary schooler,
Yeah.
unknowingly, which was hilarious to find out later.
Yeah.
That my dragon books were Dungeons and Dragons dragon books. Anyway, and they would be like, "Look at the art." That's a really cool thing to like bond over.
Yeah.
And then how that goes away into adulthood is so sad.
Well, and
it's so sad.
One qualification I want to give is that this is anecdotal experience, but because I was gonna say like, well, Magic is one of those spaces where all the bad stereotypes are true, and it's kind of true, but it is important to say because I know there could be people that would watch this, would see comments, whatever, and they go, "Oh, like I'm a queer person. I love Magic. I play with all my queer friends, or I'm this XYZ minority, or I'm."
Yeah, those groups definitely do
That's
exist.
great.
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah, by no means would I say that doesn't exist or that it's not a good thing that it's happening. I'm just saying Magic has not undergone at like a systematic level the kind of wide everyone's welcome that comics have had.
Yeah.
And I think one of the reasons for that is that there's no competition for Magic. So D&D, there's D&D by Wizards of the Coast, and then there's also all kinds of TTRPGs made by a lot of people.
Pathfinder.
So if they
Vampire,
want people to play
anything,
D&D, they have to be, hey, everybody can buy this book. There isn't really that for Magic. There are some competitors, like digitally, I played Marvel Snap for a long time,
Yeah.
but even Marvel Snap, it's like that's really for people that want to pay for cosmetics. Who cares if you're gay? It's for people with money because like the core gameplay gets less fun if you're not paying. If you don't pay. So Magic has not had that cultural thing where at a base level it is open to everybody. It is still most likely that if you go somewhere, it's gonna be people who you assume are the Magic fans who play.
Yeah, and it's interesting because as a passive observer, they have had so many like entrances into trying to do that.
Yes.
I still haven't seen the new Spider-Verse movie, despite everyone telling me go see it.
It's literally the two best superhero movies ever made.
I know.
Like,
I've seen the first one.
Anything out of the water.
The first one was like one of my favorite movies ever for a really long time, and then
It's.
I
will say at this point, I think I said this before. At this point, just wait for the third one because
Yeah.
it is such a cliffhanger that like it will actually take away. I mean, I don't know. I am glad that I watched the second one and I haven't seen it since, and that was in 2023. So if I just like now, if I wait till the new one to come out, it's gonna feel great because it's gonna be like, wow, finally like the payoff from all those years ago. I think it's not coming out till like 27. I think.
Oh my
There's
god.
no way it's coming out this year. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, animators gotta take their time, but also
yeah.
I don't understand why you would just like have the first one and then wait to release the second one so you can really take your time with the third one because the production of the second one was rushed.
Yes.
And no one even knew a second one was coming.
Right.
So it's like
The first one is crazy because it's so perfect. It's almost shocking they were able to find a sequel out of it. I know that they probably had like the idea that like if this does well, we'll do another one or whatever. But like it's such a good movie. It's almost like, wow, I can't believe there was even like material to, but then the way that they make the second one tie into the first one is so good. And so I think this is not a hot take. A lot of people say this, but if the third one is as good as the first two are, it will be not only the best superhero movie trilogy of all time, it'll be one of the best trilogies of movies ever made.
Yeah.
It will go into the like Lord of the Rings conversation for me.
Yeah.
Of being like, I can't believe that this happened, that they pulled it off.
It's crazy that Into the Spider-Verse upped the overall standard of animation where it's kind of a situation to compare it to something I talk about a lot, like
Yeah.
with game design and
Yeah.
Baldur's Gate 3.
Right.
How that is like an impossible standard of game design and level design and everything. And like, I forget what someone at Larian said, but they were like, this shouldn't be the standard because it took us so fucking long to make this game and we have like impossible systems in place. Like,
Yeah.
this isn't something we can just do again. But then they're making Divinity 3 with AI, so that really goes to show
So
how,
much for those systems of.
right? Anyway, and I feel like Into the Spider-Verse is a similar situation
Yeah.
where everyone's trying to have their own Spider-Verse. And it's very interesting as an
It is
animation
really weird because
person.
it predates the. I'm trying to think. I think it predates Endgame. Is the first
I
one?
forget. Was
The first one came out in like 2019, I think. So then
Into
it's
the
like
Spider-Verse?
2019 to like 2022
Was-
or 3 is when the next one came out. So it does like it. That movie was being worked on as one of the first like multiverse movies of our current era, and then it's just now it's behind the times. By the time the third one comes out, we're done with the multiverse because everyone's
Thank
sick
God.
of it. Which
Thank
thank God,
God,
yes.
yeah.
But I don't know. I
the Spider-Verse multiverse has always had a lot more sauce than the
Oh,
other
yeah.
Marvel
Oh, yeah.
things going on.
It's
so.
way better because it's focused. When you
Yeah.
just say like infinite universes, then it's like that is not interesting to me.
Infinite Scarlet Witches. Okay, what next?
Yeah, it's just like you can just do anything. It's why I think it's why Multiverse of Madness is not as great a movie. I mean, it's a good movie, but it's like not an interesting like world because you're like, okay, you're just telling me anything is possible anywhere at any time. Okay. Why do I care about any of them then? Any problem in that movie, you go, well, why don't we just go to a universe where this is not happening? Whereas
Yeah.
for Spider-Verse, what I love about it is it's specific to Spider-Mans.
Yeah.
They go to a world where they've collected all the Spider-Mans from all the planets. And I go, that's hilarious. Because if the multiverse is infinite, why you have this one guy from every universe is so funny. Even if he is very powerful, that's hilarious. So, and related to that, and relevant to toys, I was going to show you, I had showed you already, but okay. Thank you. I got the reissue of Spider-Man 2099. Stunning, great stuff. Let me get this little web thing on here. And I had a Transformers related question in regards to this, which
Yes.
is so this is for those who would like to see. He's beautiful. He's in the
looks
pose
very
for his first
good.
cover. I'm gonna give him to this camera so you can really see the detail there. There we go. Amazing. Wow, he looks so great. This is a super faithful recreation of the comic book appearance. And
Yeah,
they
he's
have,
not all buff, top heavy.
Yep, and they've really like designed in the last couple of years, especially this last year, they've released a lot of super comic accurate figures that are like faithful to their original designs in a big way. And I was wondering for you as a Transformers fan, are there aspects of design with some of those core characters that you feel like have been missing, or there are like examples where they've like really nailed it and been like, oh, that has like the thing? Because the Soundwave that you have that we had on the last episode, I thought when I saw it, I was like, that like nails the design in a way that like I don't feel like I see a lot of other ones that do. I feel like almost every time, hell yeah, I feel like every time I see like an Optimus Prime or something, I can go, yeah, but that's not really Optimus Prime. Like there's something a little off about him. So what do you think about that? About the toy designs over the years? Like other than maybe like the original Transformers G1, whatever. Are there ones that have nailed that, or is it always kind of lacking? Like what's the vibe?
It really depends on kind of like what era, what class, and like the history of Hasbro as a company. It's like such a loaded answer, but like with Blockies, for example, this one in particular, this is the G1 design of Soundwave. However, there's so much more detailing in like the knuckles, the side paneling, these details up here, even the back.
Yeah.
Like it's a lot more mechanical. It's a robot.
Sure.
Whereas if you compare that to my Super 7 Grimlock over here, he's smooth, he's G1 accurate.
Yeah.
Like he looks like he's straight out of the cartoon, which is
right.
great. But when it comes to like Hasbro licensed toys, I would say, or toys that come from Hasbro, I should say.
Yeah.
I'm usually not a fan.
Really?
It's because they transform, but they try to do this subtle detailing thing and have been for like 10 years, I feel like.
Yeah.
And it just doesn't look good.
Really?
It really doesn't. Even if it's a G1 design, like I feel like the current Defender class.
Okay.
I'm kind of lost on the classes of the toys at all times, but they're always a little bit too busy for my liking.
Yeah. What is the definitive Optimus Prime action figure?
My buddy has one. I do not know what brand it is though, and it's killing me. But it's one that has an attachment that is inspired from something that happens in Skybound.
Okay.
And I can't say what. I almost came out and said it, but we haven't read
spoiler,
that far.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a spoiler. Kind of not at this point. That was a while ago now, but
Yeah.
still. And it has a really nice balance of subtle detailing where it's a little bit more mechanic, like this Blockies, but it is G1 and it can transform.
Wow. Okay,
That's
I was
the
going to
thing.
ask about that. Can you achieve a definitive Transformer with it also being able to transform? Which sounds like a joke, but it really is like the faithfulness to the design in both forms has got to be really hard to nail.
Yeah. For toys that are more recent, the Hearts of Steel toys are always really fun. That is their steampunk line, I would
sweet.
say. They just came out with a Starscream and a Bumblebee, and Starscream turns into like the old timey planes from like the 1920s, 30s that have
Fire.
like the little wing with the little connected segments. It's really cool.
That's cool.
And Bumblebee, I think. Oh my god, I forget. I think he's a steam engine because that's what he
Sweet.
was in like the Hearts of Steel Bumblebee comic where he's with John Henry. He helps him go through the mountain.
Amazing.
And that's the plot. The
Fire.
only Hearts of Steel comic I've read, by the way, which was hilarious when I was in high school.
That's
and my
great.
friend just lent it to me, no problem.
Historical fiction with Transformers, fire. That sounds awesome.
Until they did it in Bayverse, and they're like, yeah, the Decepticons were on the side of the Nazis.
Yeah.
That
which
was a choice.
Sort of undermines the working class hero Megatron as a character.
Oh, she's
and
not here
concept.
anymore.
I
Fuck.
know, yeah.
She's not here
She's not part of the decor.
She's not in this one, but the working class philosopher, poet, writer,
You're
Megatron.
basically holding up a copy of the Communist Manifesto.
Yes, essentially. Is she in here? No. But look, there's Rodimus and Rung. There's that panel everyone likes.
So true.
Yeah.
So Bayverse kills the momentum of historical fiction, but it works as a concept. I mean, you have to sort of revise the premise of G1, right? Because they can't have arrived when they did and then been dormant if they were participating in historical events.
Yeah.
I just had
know.
a
They're toys.
mental flashbang.
Yes.
You want to know what this is a genius idea.
Okay. Tell me.
My pitch for a Transformers historical fiction piece is we retcon the Hindenburg to have been a Transformer. So we do a story where...
What's the Hindenburg?
What's the Hindenburg?
What's the Hindenburg? I'm really bad with names. What's
The Hindenburg is that blimp that blew up in 1911.
I've never heard of this
Or
ever.
the early 1900s, maybe not 1911.
I've never heard of this.
So the Hindenburg is the blimp, the famous blimp that blew up!
I've never heard
Oh
of
my
this ever
God.
in my life.
Maybe this would not sell as a comic because people don't know what the Hindenburg is.
Just me.
It was a blimp that flew from like I don't know whatever, and
Mm-hmm.
it blew up famously. It exploded. But if you
my God.
retcon that to be like part of the conflict between Autobots and Decepticons, that could be really compelling.
I would
A lot
read
of
it.
people died, but
Oh.
it could be really compelling to be like
I would read it.
It was like, or because it blew up because it was full of hydrogen and that it ignited, and that's why we don't use hydrogen blimps anymore.
Oh.
And it's why a lot of like at the time like Victorian era futurism used like hydrogen blimps as like the main motif, and then the Hindenburg happened and it was like no more blimps, like we're not going to use those anymore.
Love.
It's like really interesting when you look back at like artwork of the future. All of it involved blimps because they were viewed as like the future of transportation, and then the Hindenburg happened and they just like stopped.
Damn.
But it retconning it and using it in historical fiction as a
That would be really good.
that would be
I would
so
be really into that.
it would be awesome.
That would be really, really good.
But now you have to go Google what the Hindenburg is.